Welcome back, everybody. Map 2 underway here. BHOP's pick of Inferno. BHOP up 1-0 in the series here. Elk tagged early by Silas across alt. Some ranged action with the Glock there. Elk with only 16 HP remaining now. BHOP has 3 grouped up on Banana. Looks like they're falling back now, including the C4. Still in the hands of Silas. BHOP now regrouping at mid. CX up in the A-halls. See if he advances through Boiler or if he causes a distraction at the end of the A-halls. Elk lurking in Big Pit. Oh, nice little headshot down lane despite Elk only having 16 HP there. He's still alive. Beaky taking down Tender inside. CX eventually finishing off Elk in Big Pit. Bomb's been planted. Polo leading the retake attempt here for Axo. BHOP with the man advantage as they defend the planted C4. Make that a 2-man advantage. Stand with the 1-tap from Big Pit. That's the OG type of Stan accuracy we like to see. CX in the wraparound there from jungle, gonna get the final kill on to Consti. Beaky getting a bit aggressive with that corpse there. BHOP able to clinch the ever important first half pistol round here on map 2. We'll see if Axolotls goes for the force, and just as I say that, they do. Couple 5-7s and MP9 is Scout. Tender full saving with the USP does use a nade there down Banana. It's a B-sack from Axo, but actually it's Tender getting naded in response down to 36, but Beaky taking the brunt of those defensive HE nades. He's tagged down to 4 HP. Still no kills going out until now. Stan able to kill 1 there. The end of Banana. Axo not able to get the tray. It's still a man advantage here for BHOP. Elk still watching the A site. BHOP now falling back off Banana. Not too much action here. BHOP still rotating up mid. Looks like they are making a move towards the A site now. They fully committed A. They're on the site. CX planting back site. And it looks like Axo is just gonna save this one out. BHOP with the significant weapon advantage despite Beaky and Stan being significantly injured here. So BHOP going to go up 2-0 early here on Inferno. We'll see how Axo responds. They're going to be in a bit of an awkward situation next round. So obviously they're not going to have proper rifles yet, but they were able to save some weaponry over from last round. Germanji holding things down at upper mid off that peek from jungle. Spermy down. Consti on the re-peek there at mid, but he's not able to finish off Stan. Did tag him with the scout. Elk will finish off Stan as he steps out from Boiler to peek mid. Axolotls have the man advantage. Can they pull off the eco? Beaky able to get the initial pick there into the B side. Germanji trades out from Cross. CX able to immediately trade back. He's opened up the plant for himself with the B-side bomb planted. Coffin. Silas rotating towards construction. Does kill Elk construction. And it seems like Silas might have heard Tender there as well, but I'm not sure if he actually did. Not sure if Tender made a noise there or not, but regardless, CX still comes up with that final kill onto Tender. BHOP now up by 3, but Axolotls does have enough money for a proper rifle buy now. BHOP essentially spreading out on their default here, except usually they have a player further down Banana. CX holding off just a bit there at Banana due to those initial nades defensively, but he's now pushing all the way down Banana and kills Jumanji. Sandbags and headshots Polo there in the B entryway as well. Huge picks from CX. Consti still on an op here, but he's rotating back through CT spawn now. It's actually Spermy taking down Tender at mid, so it was Tender trying to pick mid with that A1S, not an op over there at mid or the A side. Stan does get the bomb planted here. Front of the B side, Elk and Consti just looking to save their rifles. So great start to the map here for BHOP on their own map pick. They're now going to go up 4-0. And even though we're still relatively early in the map, Axo's really going to have to step up here soon. Trade goes out in the A-halls. Keep pushing down. Banana past half wall does take care of Jumanji there. Polo boosted first barrels. Him and Consti are awaiting the potential push here from BHOP at the B site. But it's not happening quite yet. Tender has rotated over to the B site to help out if needed. But it looks like BHOP might be falling back here at Banana. Still unknown. They're still loitering. Molotov smokes are out. BHOP committing to the B side, but Tender, look at the initial kill there onto Beaky and kills Stan through the smoke. That was 100% through the smoke there for Tender. Silas does get one more frag there at the B entryway. Spermy able to take care of Elk in middle as Elk was pushing down to rotate. Just Tender and Consti remaining for Axo. Tender with low HP. Consti able to bring this to a 2v2 after peeking into Banana and getting that Deagle headshot. He's still on the barrel ledge. Spermy eventually puts him down, but that was a scary situation for BHOP. Consti almost could have lined them both up there. Silas planting next to Fountain. Does get the bomb planted far side of Fountain. It's only Tender remaining versus 2. Tender does have an op, but he's using his sidearm. Now switches to the op. He's only got 24 health. And it looks like he is deciding to fall back to save that sniper. So BHOP now going to go up by 5. And it's been a fairly impressive showing here from BHOP in map 2. And they're really showing no signs of slowing down. They faced probably the most adversity in the map here this round, and they were able to overcome there at the B site. BHOP running a bit of a different type of default here, as they're again not pushing on to banana. Beaky on the peak there from Boiler does kill Consti at lane. Trade does not go out. BHOP still with a lot of options here and the man advantage. Axo with 2 players on each site. Axo does have a Hall smoked off, so BHOP now rotating back through Boiler, congregating upper mid. BHOP's got a great chance at taking control of A here. Essentially, they just need one clean pick, and then they can just work off trades. Elk behind Cardiff. Big Pit does get the initial kill there at lane. Trade goes out. Tender gets redemption onto Silas. Spermy trading right back onto Tender. Frees Spermy up to get the bomb planted. He does. Man advantage again for BHOP here. Jumanji and Polo do each have full health, but it looks like they are falling back to B to save those weapons. They're not going to risk it. So BHOP continuing to build their lead here on Inferno. It really feels like this new BHOP roster is meshing well together. As I mentioned, they were already showing some big progressive strides in that last ECL match versus MIBR, where they were able to take the first map as well. And now here tonight, they've been playing a very classy brand of Counter-Strike. They made the comeback there on Vertigo map 1. That was Axo's pick. And BHOP finished off map 1 without too much hesitation. Obviously, we can see what's going on here in map 2. With that said, Axo is on another full buy here. 4 Silent Sim 4s. Consti on the op. I do feel like Consti could be the X factor for Axo. He's almost needs to guarantee an op pick for Axo here, because it'd be hard to imagine CX not getting an op pick over here at the A site, unless his teammates do it first. Silas with the initial pick there into Graveyard. CX keeping an eye upper mid. Axo was 3 stacked at B, so those 3 B players now pushing down banana. Those footsteps might have been heard at mid by CX. It's unclear. Jumanji wrapping around the A side, kills 1. Tender taken down near that wraparound area outside library. Consti's still able to pick 1 mid, but with the bomb planted, it looks like Axo's going to be saving again. So everything's still going according to plan here for BHOP, maybe better than according to plan. They're now going to be up 7-0, and Axo just has not been able to find their footing yet here on map 2. This is BHOP's pick. But regardless, this is probably the more random, not random, but this is an intense start to the map. You'd more expect this type of start on Ancient or a slightly more obscure map. Inferno defensively, Axo, man, they should have at least picked up 2 rounds minimum by now, just based off how some of those trades were going at both sides, but that just hasn't been the case. Tender does get 1 down there near alt. Elk able to get a pick there into alt as well, so Axo being a bit aggressive this round, and maybe that's exactly what they need to do. But will they be able to stop the B push in plant? Not so sure. Cross is smoked. CX boosted barrels does pick off Jumanji, rotating in from CT spawn. Bomb planted at the B side. Axo still has man advantage, but Elk tagged low. In that initial exchange at the B side, he's got 41 HP. CX on the repeat from Cross takes down Polo. Consi taking further nade damage behind Cross. Beaky and OG Water and Elk walks right into his crosshairs. Beaky registers the AK headshot. Consi still trying to make something happen there from construction, but Axo running out of time, running out of min as Beaky runs through smoke, kills Tender, and Silas is able to get that final trade onto Consi a moment later. BHOP now leading 8-0 here on map 2. Axolotls has called for a timeout. Axolotls definitely in probably a tougher position than they imagined right now. I'm sure Axolotls thought to some extent that even if they got off to a slow start this map, that it wouldn't be this dramatic. An uncharacteristic slow start for Polo here as well. So we'll keep an eye on him as the map progresses. A comeback is not completely out of the question. I know that seems wild saying that right here, right now, but let's just wait a minute and see how the rest of this half plays out. Decent start to the round for Axo as they get some nade damage done at mid, but it's CX getting the pick from mid to jungle. Elk down, and Axo really needed a trade there. Or a crossfire pick at mid. Instead, it's CX able to wrap around at the A side, kills Polo backside. Beaky able to put down Jumanji at Banana. Tender and Consti do get trades at both sides, but it's only Consti remaining now over at the T ramp after he pushed all the way down Banana. So Consti just trying to save that Arctic Warfare Magnum here. Bomb planted at the back of the A site. And wow, BHOP, even though they're the favorites here tonight, they're definitely exceeding expectations, at least for this map. And of course, BHOP impressing us with that comeback last map, so it's been an exciting night overall, that's for sure. We'll see if Axo can end this half with 3 to 4 rounds. Consti did get a exit over there and all. But yeah, as I was saying, if Axo can maybe end this half with at least 3 or 4 rounds, you know, rallying back in the second half would not be impossible. It would be next to impossible if they only win 1 or 2 rounds this half. But we'll see. Axo just needs to take this 1 round at a time at this point. I'm sure that's exactly the approach and mindset that they're adopting here. Jumanji retaining that A1S, or buying up that A1S rather. Consti retaining that op. They combined for the nade kill there at Banana. Jumanji and Polo do. Jumanji peeking from the top of Banana does take care of Silas there. This round is all Axo. Consi able to put another down at Banana. And it looks like Axo is going to find their first round. As CX only has 5 HP remaining. Stan has full health, but he's going to have to go big here. He does get a pick past Coffin, but Polo able to get the trade a moment later. Bomb is down. CX in that smoke. Polo able to dodge the flash, and he's able to kill CX as well. Polo getting his first 2 frags there. Very strange game for Polo. But we'll see if he's able to help Axo bring this one back. They are running a double op setup now on the CT side. Polo and Consti both on ops here. Polo Polo getting ready to peek down Banana from the B entry with that op, but it looks like he's holding off for now just due to the smokes and utility that were being exchanged there at Banana. Battle of the Ops about to occur here at mid. CX gonna come out on top of that one. What a reaction from CX. Potentially an underrated offer in the scene. Tender will kill CX a couple seconds later there. Smoke near Cubby. So maybe just a hair careless of a move there from CX not to full clear the Cubby. Or not letting a teammate do that for him, since of course he did not have an automatic weapon. Stan leading the way into the B side. Does kill Jumanji there. First barrels. Jumanji not able to come up with a kill off that B bomb. Planted the B side. Stan gonna put down Tender at construction just a moment later. After the plant there, Elk and Polo likely just going to be saving their rifles, and it looks like BHOP going to go up by 9 rounds once again here. Got to be careful here with peeking into spawn. Polo and Elk will both survive, saving those ops. Elk dropping that op to Jumanji. Or excuse me, those ops now in the hands of Consti and Polo, as they were originally. Timeout taken here by Axolotls. Axolotls just, if they want to have a reasonable attempt at this comeback, they just need to play clean Counter-Strike. They need to just play some on-point Counter-Strike. They can't miss trade opportunities. They can't be getting caught in Molotovs. They can't be allowing themselves to get smoke pushed and picked early in the round. That definitely cannot happen again if they want to stay in this. And it's nades doing a lot of damage early here at the B entryway. Jumanji naded all the way down to 3 HP. Still no kills going out. BHOP falling off Banana. They do still have the C4 in their possession. Again, still no kills going out yet from either team. Jumanji, of course, still with only 3 HP over there on the B side. Tender on the peek down alt. Is able to kill 2. That was a nasty push from Tender there into the alt window. He's eventually traded out, but it's still man advantage for Axolotls. Beaky able to pick off another here over at the A side. Consti down. Brings us to a balanced 3-on-3, but not a lot of time remaining here. Jumanji making a bold move there, moving up to the B plywood, but he's spotted by Beaky from half-walled, but not before Jumanji was able to kill Silas there. Banana Polo eventually trades out onto Beaky from construction to the front of the B side. Stan not hesitating, just goes straight for the plant, 1v2. And what a bold play from Stan to not hesitate there on the plant at all. He's not quite able to pick up another kill there in the 1v2. It almost looks like he was going to bring that clutch home, but that's not going to be the case. Axolotls able to get a much-needed second round for themselves, so Let's see if they can maybe get a couple more rounds here before the half. Stan moving down Boiler, and even though Consti was slightly blinded there in lane, he still gets the pick into Boiler. Beaky with a peek at lower, a peek and a pick there at lower mid. Tender and Consti defending the A side, combining for 2 kills there. Upper mid, Elk on the peak from Big Pit, able to get another kill defensively here for Axolotls. And it's only Beaky WoW remaining over in the A halls, moving up the A stairs, advancing towards the Boiler stairs, and Boiler has been smoked. We'll see if Beaky decides to walk through that. That might be just a bit too wild of a play. Quick switches to his knife, which was maybe hurt. Does it the second time. He doesn't care. He's spamming the wall. He's getting spammed back, but not tagged. Elk nading up there into the A-halls. Beaky still not being injured. Eventually gets lightly tagged through the smoke. Spams back through the smoke, but not able to connect on the shots he was looking for there. And eventually caught by Tender as Beaky was falling back into the alt halls. And considering what's happened here in the half, if Axolotls can get 5 rounds on this half, that would actually be a not so bad base to work off for them going into the second half. I mean, even if Axolotls can get 4 rounds here for the half ends, that would still be somewhat doable if they can really rally. Offensive pick goes out there. Upper mid trade goes out. Still 2 CTs on each site. On the peak from Cross. He was slightly blinded. Still gets a pick onto Silas. Spermy going to trade him out just a moment later as Spermy steps into the B entryway. Jermanji still lurking between barrels. Does kill Stan. Front of the B side. Spermy trades out. CX is able to get the bomb planted here at Coffin, and we're left in a balanced 2-on-2. But Spermy might have the perfect angle here. Catches Elk off the boost flower pot. Constantly able to kill CX backside. Spermy hears that scope. Spermy on the quick switch and hits the perfect headshot as Consti steps through Cross. And Consti was playing with fire there, not because of the Molotov nearby, but just because he was essentially relying on a close range off shot, which was not a bad idea in the moment, but it was still going to be difficult to hit. Hop with 3 grouped up on Banana Bomb over on the T ramp. Stan lurking over an alternate. On the peak from Coffin, does kill Silas here, front of the B site. Tries to get a spam kill through that smoke, not quite able to land that. Bomb planted, Coffin. Elk rotating in from Banana, kills one. Germanchi moving in from CT spawn, able to kill CX there through cross. Beaky trades out. Axo with the two-man advantage. Spermy able to take one down backside towards construction. But Spermy and Beaky both damaged. Spermy able to kill two more. Make that three more from the back of the B site. Huge multi-kill from Spermy to finish out the half. BHOP with a 9-round favor here as we finish the first half of map 2. And Axo really gonna have to pull off some serious plays here to get back in this one. We'll be back in just a moment to see how the second half goes.
We laugh always stuff we try not to talk about. Still your smile keep on heating up the climate, and all the blood to my cheeks are rushing out, yeah, yeah. And by accident, you're getting closer. Oh, can you tell me something, tell me something? Is it a wild shot of letting you know that you're the topic of all of my thoughts, yeah. 'Cause I'm so sick of this friend zone.
Second half underway. BHOP getting aggressive at mid. They've already picked off 2, but trades go out. Silas eventually trading back there in mid to bring this to a 2v2. But this pistol round could certainly still go either way here. All 4 remaining players with full health. Consti with a nice pick there onto the A stairs. Beaky down. Silas still up on balcony. Consti moving into the A side. Silas able to take care of Tender. Next to side, and he gets that final kill onto Consti as well. Big 1v2 clutch for Silas there from balcony. And Axo really, really needed that pistol round if they were going to have at least some kind of reasonable shot at this comeback. And yeah, Axolotls finding themselves running out of opportunities here. The oxygen is drying up here on the terrorist side. 4 Tech 9s and a Mac 10 here for Axo, so they are on the force buy. Boosted half wall, kills 2 in response to Elk's initial pick there at Banana. Man advantage for BHOP. Tender at the end of Banana, partially blinded, but still comes up with a kill there onto Beaky. We're left in a 3-on-3. Consti moving up by Coffin, has the C4, going for the plant, does get the bomb planted there. 6 able to kill 1 more towards cross. Polo holding things down at Banana, did kill 1 on the flank there. CX and Silas moving in from cross. Those footsteps might have been heard. Silas has been boosted flower pot there. Consti moving up from Coffin and kills both CTs there as he peeks into water. So Axo coming up with the force buy victory there. So they weren't able to get that second half pistol round, but Axo not completely out the door here yet, folks. They are on rifles, and they are in a prime opportunity to pick up another quick round here. Although CX and Styles do get trades in alt after the initial offensive picks. Tender does get another kill there into the alt halls, so is man advantage for Axo once more. Elk tossing a molly here, big pit. He's dropping down into big pit. Still 2 CTs inside here at the hidden corner. Stan up top, Beaky next to the box. Stan gets the initial pick, and Beaky's location unknown! Beaky, wow! No way! Elk runs into his body! Next to the hidden corner box, Beaky comes up with the kill. Beaky tagged on to 23 inside. He has recovered an A1S. Tender wrapping around here towards the back of side. He's spamming towards that smoke, but Beaky, the gamesmanship, he's able to slide out to lane. He hears Tender still messing around on platform site. Beaky now falling back upper mid, making his way into jungle. It's Beaky on the full wraparound, coming up with that final kill here. Oh boy. Tense 1v1 for Beaky, but that's going to put BHOP up by 10. Axo not taking a timeout here. So a bit heavy here at lower mid and banana as opposed to their normal default. They're now fully grouped up on banana. 4 Tech 9s and a Desert Eagle in play here for Axo. Yeah, and even though Axo doesn't have rifles, they still need to find a way to win this round if they want to rally. Sal's able to kill 2 that push him through cross. Tender does trade out with the Tech 9. Still man advantage here for BHOP. Bomb not planted yet. Constantly able to kill 1 more here. Back sight. Tender pushing all the way through construction. Does kill CX off the rotation. And Consti able to trade out onto Stan from the second barrels. Bomb planted. It's only Spermy remaining for BHOP. So, yeah, Axo might live at least another couple rounds here. You never know, they could rally further than that. Consti does get that final kill. Just past Fountain, and Axo finding a 5th round for themselves, but is it too little too late? Or can Axo just go into full Zen focus mode and take this 1 round at a time? So officially committing to A. Jumanji gets the initial pick here past card. CX trading out, but Elk and Consti combining for 2 more kills here at lane. Jumanji with the headshot center sight. And it's only Beaky remaining for BHOP. Consti able to put him down upper mid. BHOP is on a full save here. Can Axo keep rallying? Axo showing some confidence at mid, but now falling back towards banana. Unless BHOP pulls off something wild here, Axo should be able to get this round, regardless if they end up committing to B here or not. Elk pushing through cross, does take down Spermy. CX good for the trade. Tender trading right back with that AK, and then headshotting Stan coming out of CT spawn as well. Consti able to get the final kill there to the back of the B side, and as Silas falls, Axo does slice BHOP's lead down to 7 rounds, which I know still sounds like a large differential, but imagine if Axo can win, you know, another 3 to 4 rounds in a row. We'd be talking about potentially a 3-round game here. All purely speculation. Silas getting aggressive at mid. Does kill one. Consti trades out. Beaky stepping out from underpass. Does kill Tender and alt by way of A1S headshot. Beaky still lurking in mid, but he's lost his teammate CX upper mid. Nice play there from Elk. And Consti lurking lower mid. Gets Beaky off the crouch kill. Man advantage for Axo. Still a minute 10 remaining. Tagged low in front of default. Eventually finished off. Spermy and Stan each getting a kill here at the A side. Consti does trade out in the midst of that, so he has brought this to a 1v1. Bomb planted default. Smokes are down. Stan reacts in time as Consti pops his head up from Graveyard, and Stan gonna take his dome right off. Obviously has more than enough time for the defuse despite not having a kit. And BHOP has brought this to both map and series point as they're up 15 to 7 here on Inferno. If you weren't with us for map 1, BHOP actually was down by 5 rounds early in the match. In the first half there on Vertigo. That was Axo's pick. And then they rallied back in the first half, won the second half pistol round as well, and then just started pulling away there in the second half of Vertigo. So it was a clean finish there on Vertigo for BHOP. It's like pretty clean map 2 for them potentially here too, especially if they close it out here. They do get the initial pick there down banana. Polo and Silas tagged over here in the round as well. Near mid, Elk able to get picked there in mid. Stan does get the trade from Quad, and CX well-placed Molotov upper mid. That kills Consti. Spermy laying a helping hand there at lane as well. Gets an MP9 kill, and it's only Polo with 8 HP and Op in a dream to keep Axolotls in this map. He has been hurt now. Takes a shot from Boiler. And I can't imagine Polo's going to survive too much longer. He won't. Stan able to get that final kill into Boiler. And a clean 2-map series here from BHOP. Congratulations to them. It seems like their roster is really coming together here. CX meshing well with the team. Seems like him, Beaky, and Stan seem to be a very solid trio there. Potentially the core of BHOP. But all BHOP players playing well here tonight. Stepping up when needed. And BHOP does prevent this from going to a third map, and it was never truly in jeopardy there on map 2 as BHOP got off to just a ridiculous start there in the first half. Went up by 9 rounds, ended up going up by 10. Was able to finish out the map there without too much hesitation, and yeah, BHOP is going to be very fun to watch here the rest of the season / playoffs and some of these other upcoming tournaments in the NA scene as well. With that said, Axolotls are still, I feel like they're still finding their footing just a bit here in ECL, but all these players on Axo do have some decent ECL experience. They're all names that you recognize, and I do expect that they will be on the gradual rise again here soon. And it looks like this was actually the the only Challenger League matchup taking place here tonight. Also the last in a match of any kind here today. So I want to thank you guys again for your support. You guys can follow me on Twitter as well, at Hamtaro1H. With that said, congrats to Beaky and the boys. It was a pleasure casting here tonight, guys. I'll catch you guys on the next stream where we'll definitely talk a lot more about Challenger League. I'll give some updates about Eros in advance and some of the other orgs I'm involved with. So a lot going on in the scene in general. But yeah, have a great night, guys. Enjoy the rest of your weekend.